Good evening, everyone. We will begin the evening service of the World Messianic Church of America, Miroku Association headquarters, expressing our gratitude to God and Meishu-sama for the permission and protection granted us while participating today in God's divine plan of constructing paradise on this earth. Amatsu-Norito and Miroku Prayer, please stay. 高天原に感想あります。カムロギカムロミのみこともちて、そめみおやかむいざなぎのみこと、つくしのぎむかのたち花のごどのあはぎはらに、みそぎはらいたもうときになりませる。アライドの狼たち、もろもろのまがごと罪けがれを、洗いたまえ、清めたまえ、とまおすことのよしよ。天つ神、国つ神やおよろずの神たちともに、雨の淵駒の耳振り立てて、ぎこしめせと、かしこみかしこみむまおず。弥勒大神、守りたまえ、先生えたまえ。弥勒大神、守りたまえ、先生えたまえ。教えみよや主の神、守りたまえ、先生えたまえ。教えみよや主の神、守りたまえ、先生えたまえ。かんながらたまちはえませ。かんながらたまちはえませ。Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized with health, peace, and prosperity, our reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated. We will now receive group Johrei. Padre Meishu-sama bless you. Johrei is now concluded. Let us now listen to the teachings of Meishu-sama. Guidance for living in this world. Know that in this world, some things should be said and some not. Those dedicated to the spiritual path should be mindful of their words. Individuals with great spirituality radiate something warm and loving, which can be felt by everyone around them. It is most pleasant to listen to those who speak of things as they are, frankly and truthfully. The qualities that are most lacking in people today are thoughtfulness and humility. Those who serve in God's work should pay particular attention to this. There's an easy way to tell how much your spiritual awareness has grown and to what degree your spiritual body has been purified. When you find yourself shunning conflict and becoming more thoughtful and humble, and this disposition is reflected in your attitude toward others, it is a sign that your spiritual awareness has been expanded. Herein lies the value of true faith. Those who have grown to this level will win the love and respect of others, impressing them as being living examples of their faith. A truly civilized society is one in which people foster high standards of proper behavior and philanthropic ideals. When the number of such individuals increases to the point where moral principles are adhered to by society as a whole, a genuinely pleasant world will become a reality. Such a world can be called a true paradise on earth, and it is within our grasp. I would like to read now a faith testimony. Uh, this faith testimony is from Fabiana Silva. She's from the Los Angeles Johrei Center. She lives in Hawaii. And this is from our book, Faith Experiences in North America. It's already available if you go to Amazon. Recovery after drowning. My name is Fabiana Silva. I was born in the state of Bahia in northeastern Brazil. I have a most amazing story I'd like to share that relates to the power of Johrei, the coming of age of my faith, and how, after 90 years of practicing Johrei, I came to truly find Meishu-sama. I received the Ohikari, the sacred focal point, in 2010 in Campinas, in the state of São Paulo, and in 2019 I moved with my daughter to Hawaii. I can say that my faith is rooted in multiple places. Although ever since I was introduced to Johrei, it has been an important part of my life. There was a specific event that I consider to be a milestone in the true realization of my faith. It was a day in November when my family was invited to a friend's child party to be held at the local country club. And the club would be operating as usual, but our friend would be hosting a Wild West themed kids party in its own separate area. Despite my daughter's insistence, I wasn't very inclined to attend. Coincidentally, another family event was happening on the same day. That settled the question. We would not attend the kids' party, but instead go to our family event. When the day arrived, we went to our family event. Yet my daughter kept insisting that we at least stop by the club to greet our friends. As it turned out, our event ended earlier, and I finally gave in to my daughter's request, and we headed to the country club to say hello. We arrived, and everything was indeed well organized. The kids were enjoying the Wild West theme party with guided horseback riding. Club members were, as usual, playing tennis or enjoying the pool. Suddenly we heard a commotion. Some security guards started cordoning off a section, and we heard people crying and yelling. Others approached us, telling us to leave, to not let the children see what was happening. I was intrigued and asked a friend to watch my daughter for a moment while I moved towards the commotion. As I got closer, I saw police officers, lifeguards, and even my daughter's pediatrician. She was leaning over a little girl, about 2 years old, who was being held by her father, completely unconscious. She had drowned. The lifeguard and my daughter's pediatrician were trying to resuscitate the girl, but it seemed hopeless. The father was desperate, calling out her name, Amanda, the same as my daughter's. I couldn't hold back my tears. The only thing I could think to do was to give her Johrei. I raised my hand and silently prayed to God and Meishu-sama that I could somehow be invisible so that I could channel Johrei to the girl without interference or questions. We were all certain she had passed away. After raising my hand, people around me started to stare at me as if asking, "What are you doing? Who are you?" But my focus remained steadfast, and I didn't flinch. All I wanted was to channel Johrei light to the girl. It was a heartbreaking scene, such a joyful day turning into a family tragedy. Suddenly, the girl moved as if choking, and expelled out the water from her lungs. She came back, a real miracle, right after my eyes. Countless tears of despair turned into tears of joy, although there was still a lingering worry that perhaps the little girl might experience some kind of long term consequence. At that point, an ambulance arrived and the little girl was rushed to the hospital. Yet everyone, lifeguards, police, security guards, allowed me to stay with her and to continue channeling God's light until she was ready to be taken for further testing at the hospital. No one questioned me about anything. The following day, I asked at the club what they had heard about the girl, and they answered, "A miracle. It was a real miracle. She's already returned home without any major issues. It was just a horrible and scared." Sometimes later, I returned to the same club, which still brings back memories of that day. While there, a girl came running up and hugged me patiently, saying, "Thank you, thank you." It was actually Amanda's sister, the little girl who had drowned. I am sure that I was merely serving as an instrument of God and Meishu-sama that day. Through the experience, Meishu-sama was preparing me for the greater mission in my life that would reveal itself subsequently. This whole experience followed by about 4 months of my having visited a Johrei center in the United States for the first time. While reconnecting with the Johrei community, I had stood before the altar and prayed, asking that my mission and path as an instrument in helping to create paradise and further expand the Divine Light program through my dedication in Hawaii become clear and blessed. I was eager to start my dedication. That was from Fabiana from Johrei Center at Los Angeles, California, and she lives in Hawaii. And this brings to a conclusion this evening's service. I'd like to thank you everyone for joining us and have a blessed evening.